polygamy is legal in Kenya. Yo, what's up guys? It's Rosebeth and welcome to another episode in my series of things that you should ask your Kenyan German partner before you get that serious. Last time we talked about money. Yeah, and we found out so many things that you should just ask and find out from your partner so that you can avoid those conflicts. And today we are going deeper. We are going to be more concrete. We're going to be more detailed because we want to talk about something else which is also very controversial, essential. Yeah, we want to talk about traditions. Yeah, that could be a very sensitive topic when it comes to these both cultures, I would say. And let's look about what things to talk about, things to discuss. If you want to find out more about these cultural differences, please stay tuned. And without further ado, let's get straight to it. So, in Kenya, we have three major ethnic groups. We have the Nilotes, we have the Bantus, and we have the Kushites, the NBC, like I like to call it. What? Not funny? Oh, come on. I tried. Anyway, regressing. So, in these different ethnic groups, there are different traditions and cultural practices which are practiced all through our lifetime, from birth to death. If you're planning on living a lifetime with a partner from one of these ethnic groups, I think it's essential, crucial that you get to know some of their traditions that they practice in their particular ethnicity so that you may avoid these conflicts. And if you are really planning on marrying that partner, like a lifetime commitment, the first move you'll make will be definitely maybe the wedding. And in Germany and in Kenya, there are definitive differences when it comes to the traditional wedding traditions. In Germany, we find that the girl's family is the one, for example, which pays the dowry price to the couple that is getting married. In Kenya, however, it's the other way around. It's the man or the groom's family that pays a certain amount of dowry in form of maybe livestock, in form of money, in form of whichever thing they will agree on the day of negotiation. It's a very important fest, the negotiation fest. That means the male from the groom will come visit the bride's family. They will have an intention delivered that they want to take their lady, their girl, to their family through the marriage ceremony to this particular young man, and then the family of the bride will give a price that they need to pay so that they can have this lady. That means the family of the bride will receive like our compensation amount in whatever form, and then they will let the girl go because they are like getting, saying goodbye to their daughter. So usually in Germany, the money paid by the bride's family is usually to start for the couple to start a new life, because they are starting from scratch. They have nothing. So usually the bride family is the one which gives, like in German they call it meat gift. It's like they are giving the girl with some go presents, right? Usually some, household stuff, a mattress, a stove, something like that. And they give it like a meat gift so that this couple can start a family together, which is quite a sweet idea, right? And in Kenya, it's usually the bride that gets some compensation because they are losing a girl. So if you don't talk about these important ritual, I would call it, there might end up to be conflicts between you. And it's just communication, right? Communication. So who is paying? The bride or the groom? Which traditions do you follow? The Kenyan or the German? So when you have built a family with a Kenyan or your German, then comes the next topic, which might be babies. You might have a baby together. Then comes the Kenyan and the German traditions when it comes to naming the baby. For example, in Kenya, we have in some ethnic groups where the baby will be named according to, it's usually a very long established tradition where the boy takes, for example, the name of the paternal grandfather, and the girl will take the name of the paternal grandmother, and so on and so forth, depending on how many kids you're going to have. And this is a very well established system. In Germany, on the other part, the parents will choose the name they want depending on religion, depending on preference. It really doesn't matter. The only person who controls the name is sometimes the government. Otherwise, not really. And in Kenya, there are also some ethnic groups which will name the baby depending on what time of the day they came. In the Luo, for example, Atieno or Otieno being the name they call the baby was born at night, and so on and so forth. So when you get that baby, how do you want to name it? The German way or the Kenyan way? Discuss. There are also some other things which comes with the baby. For example, the baby rituals. There are some communities which have a very defined way on how the baby is going to be shaped for the first time. There is the pouring of blessings from the elders, where you bring your little baby to your elders, and they are going in some ethnic groups, they spit on the baby as like showing some blessing, pouring all their blessing on this little baby. Yeah. And these are important for many Kenyans. If any of the partners is attached to any of these traditions in any way, I think it's important you talk about it. Yeah? So the baby attached traditions, discuss. So when it comes to being a partner, for example, being a wife, a Kenyan wife to a German, I think there are also other traditions, Kenyan traditions, that you ought to know. For example, in some communities, it's normal that there is wife inheritance, right? So if you are a German wife married to a Kenyan man, there are some ethnic traditions that maybe you should be aware of. For example, in some ethnic groups, it's normal that there is wife inheritance, that when your husband dies, his brother has the right to inherit you and make you his wife. Just talk to your partner about it. Ask, how is it in case of death? What will happen to me? Does your traditions in any way dictate what will happen to me? Will I be just a free woman again, or will I just be taken by your brother? Ask your partner. So discuss. Talking of baby traditions, how do you go about the rite of initiation? In every ethnic group, there is that rite of initiation where especially the male babies, male children, have to undergo some kind of rite passage in order for them to become men. It's like the rite of passage between boyhood and manhood. This is a very established and a very systemic, well intertwined tradition of the Kenyan ethnic groups. This kind of tradition is usually the circumcision. So boys of a certain age will have their foreskin cut off in a very traditional way, and they are not supposed to show any kind of pain, any tweaking or any of any kind, because they are supposed to be becoming men. So question is, will your children, will your boys undergo this rite of passage So when you become part of a family, it means you have the rights of like all members of the family in this family, right? And this comes also with the right of land inheritance. What you should know, however, there is a difference between boys, girls, men, and women when it comes to inheritance in Kenya. When it comes to land, only the male children get that piece of land from their fathers. All the women will just go get married to whoever. And but this may also differ from one ethnic group to the other. For example, the Kipsigis people, the women who do not get married, they also have a right to get a piece of land from their dad, which is really cool, right? In many of other ethnic groups, not really a thing, no. So if you are a German who is getting married to a Kenyan and you've decided to spend your life in Kenya, know that polygamy is legal in Kenya. So the Kenyan law, it passed a bill in March 2014 that Kenyan men are allowed to have multiple wives. I know, crazy, but yeah, if you are living in Kenya, if you are married in Kenya, I think this is a discussion you should have your partner with. This is a discussion you should have with your partner, just to be sure that you are going to be like a monogamous family, or is he planning on making it a polygamous one? Discuss. So the last point I want to talk to you about the traditions will be the last part of life, which is the mourning. Mourning, there are also different mourning traditions depending on which ethnic group you belong to. So depending on where your partner comes from, you might experience the barriers and the mourning process to be completely different from the way you know it in Germany. For example, there are ethnic groups in Kenya where mourning will take days, where people, neighbors, whoever is mourning this person will be coming every day. They will be screaming, lying on the floor, screaming the name of the screaming the name of the deceased, and they will be doing that each and every day, and they'll just cry, just taking, welfare. Just saying goodbye, letting it all out, screaming, like loud screaming. And there are other ethnic groups where they actually dance, they celebrate the life of this person that passed away. So just be ready in case you get into such a ceremony situation that you may not be, thrown out and I don't know, shocked. That's why discuss. Just get to know your partner better. And when you talk about things, you will know your partner even more. Believe me, you will. And then there will be nothing about this person that will surprise you anymore because you know it all from them. Okay? So let me know how your discussions went. Let me know if this video was even helpful to you in any kind of way. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay optimistic and optimistic. And till next time. Ciao. Ciao.